What's up guys, it's TheGearChange here, back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be installing a little USB sort of dongle for the XR5. It's quite annoying when I have passengers in the car that when I, get them to charge their phone that they have to do it in the glove box. At the time I thought it was a smart idea, and for my own phone it is for the wired Apple CarPlay, but if a passenger needs to use it, it sort of doesn't shut properly and it's not a big glove box, so it makes it pretty tricky. So got this off of AliExpress. I know quite a few people have put them in their cars, so I thought why not get it, see how tricky it is to put in. I think you can only put maybe one in the car, maybe two, I don't know. But yeah, I thought I'd just show you guys how I install this little dongle. So probably be a bit of a short one, but nonetheless should be pretty handy. So let's get to it. So here is the inside of the XR5. Yeah, so as we can see, I've got sort of two blank slots here. I'm thinking I'll just do the one for now and make it this sort of left one just for the time being. I'm not sort of 100% sure on where I'm gonna mount everything, but I will take some of this crap out of my glove box real quick so I can show you guys what exactly I've got set up in here. Alright, so in here, it's a bit hard for you guys to see, but there are two USBs. So the blank one there that's sort of not doing anything, this one right here by my thumb, that is the one that I'm looking at obviously taking out and then swapping it to this wired system. So from memory, I'll have to take the head unit out and yeah, basically take the sort of wiring loom that I tucked down and along the plastic here, obviously, which is this, out, and tuck it back in, and then just sort of plug this other end into it and then hopefully clip it in. It shouldn't take too long. It's probably going to be more just fiddly stuff, and this still doesn't sit right, unfortunately. Need to get it working. I will work on getting it, flush, but just haven't had time like many other things, and yeah, it's just time gets away from you sometimes. But yes, I will slowly sort of maybe work this out of here so I actually can figure out where it's feeding up to, and then yeah, I might be able to sort of see through the glove box there or where the fuse box is or something, and maybe not have to take all this out. I'll let you guys know the easiest method, so obviously it's easier for you guys at home if you plan on putting one of these in as well. Okay, so I'm gonna try the glove box method first. So I have the little King Chrome general bit set, and I've got this little sort of spinner, and then yeah, we'll just take all these little bolts out here, and once it's out we can see if we can reach around, because I don't really want to take the head unit out. It's not a big job in itself, but it's just the fitment of it's a bit funny. And the pins, like anything on a car that's getting older, are getting more and more fragile, so I'm trying to be as careful as I can with it since it is getting older. And what do we got? I think there's some under here. There's like these little hooks. Yes, there we go. 1, 2, and 3. I don't know, will that reach in there? Yeah, it should do. Yeah. Alright, I'll quickly unbolt this because it's just sort of monotonous and not too exciting. And once I've pulled this out and I've got access, I'll get a torch so you guys can see sort of in and around, and then we'll see if my hand can actually reach down to this vantage point here to pop this out and then grab the existing wire and pull it up and through. So all of the bolts are now out of the car, so as you can see, plenty and plenty of space back here. Now where we need to go is sort of down and in there. Let's see if I get the torch up so you guys can see. So where that little plastic cube sort of box thing is, that's one of the spare slots, and that's the one on the far left. So like if I don't know if I can really rock it around much, but that's sort of, yeah, right here. We need to go for the one to the right of that, so it's a bit hard to see, and hopefully my hands aren't blocking it too much, but yeah, once I figure out where this USB sort of wire is that's pulled in there, yeah, I'll tuck it up and plug the new one in, and then we'll see if we can feed it through. I don't want to try and break the original in case I ever change my mind, so I want to try and be as careful as possible, because yeah, I don't want to snap them. So this one here's got a bit of a mark on it, so I'm wondering if I take this one out and this one out and then put this one in here to sort of swap it, because I don't know sort of what that little mark is. It doesn't come off. So see, yeah, I'll see what I can do with that. But yeah, let's see if we can find this existing wire. It is safe to say that was not as easy as I thought it would be. Yeah, had to take the fascia plate off, and the USB 2 port for the passenger, for some reason, was wired up alongside the driver's side. Why? I have absolutely no idea. I still have to fix the fitment of this head unit. I probably won't get around to doing it today, unfortunately. But yeah, with great difficulty, I have managed to pull this out to the other side. Now I just need to yeah, pop both of these little cube rectangle thingies out, and yeah, hopefully not break anything or snap anything, and then clip the new one in. I plugged the replacement in just before to make sure it would light up. I don't know where I've put it here. So yeah, it functions and obviously does its intended job. So I think it'll make it look a little bit sort of nicer or better. If I don't like it, I can always pull it out. It'll be a pain either way. But yeah, I'll see if I can pop these little jiggers out, and then we'll feed this through, and hopefully I don't bash up my hand anymore. I've finally got these little, yeah, useless squares out of this little interior trim here. It didn't take too long, just needed a little bit of pressure from behind, so I just used my 2 fingers and just pushed forward. But yeah, they've got wires in them, which I assume is maybe for the heated seats that this car doesn't have, being cloth, obviously. I'd like to hope and assume that it won't do anything by plugging a USB in there and sort of just unplugging one of them. Again, this one here has some sort of little mark, so I'm sort of hoping I can, I don't know, maybe swap this one over to that side carefully if I unplug them. I'll see what I can do. I've got my new one here, so I'll yeah, carefully unplug them and make sure I don't sort of mix the cables up and around or swap them around or whatever. But yeah, we'll swap these two over quickly, and then I'll clip this in, and then we'll, yeah, attach the big cable. It's a pretty long cable, because I had to get it to reach all the way to the glove box originally. But yeah, I guess I'll just tuck it down in there somewhere nice and neat. Right, so the original left has been swapped over to the right side, and I have this new one here, which should hopefully match up quite nicely. Got a little clip on it, so we'll unclip it, and then we'll feed the wire through. So take that off. So that's it there. It's, yeah, pretty basic, but been meaning to do it for the past week or so. Now I assume, and I'd like to hope, that it goes with the USB symbol facing upwards. I hope. I'm pretty sure it does, because yeah, that doesn't look right, so it must be that way. So we'll feed that in and through, and I'll see if I can grab it from down here with my other hand. There we go. Pull it. There we go. Look at that, nice and flush. Perfect. And then here is the USB end, and then it's pretty much as simple as here's the 2 USBs. Boom, like that. And then I guess I'll have to try and tuck this down and in there as careful as I can. I'll see if I can get my torch out of the way. I mean, the only person who's going to be going in there is me, so it won't matter if it's a little bit messy, but there we go. So, turn the torch off, or There you go. Awesome. So it matches all the other, I guess, accessories and things as well, being red. The only thing that's not is obviously the gauges. But yeah, that looks awesome. So that does it for the USB install on my XR5 Turbo. Honestly, didn't take too long. There's probably easier ways to go about it. I thought that was the easiest possible way, which was sort of wiggling my hands through and sort of feeding everything across. In all honesty, it wasn't that tricky. My hand's a little scratched up, but nothing too bad. It would be easier if you were to attempt this to actually take your head unit out, or at least just unscrew it and loosely pull it out so you can sort of gain access to the wiring behind. But either way, I'm really happy with it. It looks really, really good. I'll flip the camera around now again and show you guys what it's like when you sort of put the car in accessories mode or turn it on. So we will have a look. So it all lights up, and then obviously once that gains power, that turns on as well. So yeah, all in all, really, really happy with it. Didn't take too long to do. I think it cost me about $10, maybe even less. I got no idea. Took about a week and a half to get here. So yeah, I'll leave a link for it down below if anyone's interested. It's a pretty sort of basic little interior cosmetic change for your Focus, but it's obviously handy, especially if you've got passengers that need to charge their phone, or even like camera equipment and stuff. I'll probably use it to charge up like this camera or other things while I'm on the go and just sort of leave it on my passenger seat. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.